Okay, I just want to show you a couple of things we can do on Serif to apply some DTP edits to text. So here I've got a text frame, it's just full of gobbledygook. If you notice closely, it's actually made up of 3 paragraphs. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to select the whole frame and I'll click the outside edge of it. If I go up to Format, what I want to do is I want to put in a drop capital. So we click on Drop Cap and we have a couple of wee options here and the box appears. And if you're familiar with this, you can either have one which is dropped or one which is raised above the line of text. So I'm going to stick with the dropped. You can suggest how tall you want the drop capital to be based on the number of lines that it takes up. So I'm going to reduce that down to 3. You can also adjust the spacing between the drop capital and the text which is next to it, so you can put in whatever size you want here. So I'm happy with that. I'm just going to press OK just so you can see the effect that it creates. So it's popped a drop capital in for each of those paragraphs, as you can see here. Now, that's a very quick way of putting in a drop capital which emphasises the start of paragraphs and creates a nice little bit of rhythm so you know how to flow through this big text frame that you've got in front of you. One other wee thing I wanted to show you was I've got another bit of text down here, and I wanted to talk about how we can adjust the spacing between the letters. We call that kerning, and at higher level we think about kerning taking into account the shape of the letter when you're adjusting that space. Again, if I select it and go up to Format and go into Kern, I have a couple of options here. I can use the Alt button and the Alt button and then just press the right arrow, or I can go for a custom size of kern. So I'm going to go into Custom, and anything bigger than 0% will increase the kerning. So I'm going to pop in 25% just to show you the impact of it, like so. So that's increased that space, taking into account the shapes of those letters. I'm now going to try it the other way, which is holding the Alt button, and I'm going to use the right arrow, and it's quite subtle. It takes a wee while, but you can see it is actually adjusting those letters, but it's also taking into account the shape of the letter as well. And that's really spreading that nicely across the page there. So 2 little tips there, which was adjusting the kerning and popping in drop capitals.